It was an early rainy morning. Dark clouds covered the sky. Strong winds shook the trees violently. High above on an old tree branch, there was a tiny nest. Inside the nest were three newborn baby birds, only 2 days old. Their eyes were still closed. Their tiny bodies shivered in the cold air. They were waiting for their mother to return with food. But suddenly, a powerful gust of wind hit the tree. The branch started shaking dangerously. The tiny nest moved left and right, faster and faster, and within seconds, two baby birds fell from the nest, straight onto the hard ground below. Their weak chirping slowly disappeared. The forest became silent. Only one tiny bird remained alive inside the broken nest, cold, frightened, and completely alone. It chirped weakly and as if crying for help. A young boy passing nearby suddenly heard the faint sound. At first, he thought it was just the wind. But then he heard it again, a tiny cry, full of fear and pain. He followed the sound carefully through the rain, and when he looked up at the tree, his heart broke. The nest was damaged. Two baby birds were already gone, but one tiny bird was still alive, barely breathing. The boy slowly climbed closer. The little bird opened its tiny mouth, as if begging him not to leave. With trembling hands, the boy gently picked it up. It was so small that it fit completely inside his palm. The bird was freezing from the rain. So the boy quickly rushed home, holding the tiny life close to his chest. At home, he wrapped the bird in soft cotton and placed it near a warm lamp. Every few minutes, he carefully fed it tiny drops of water and crushed grains. Day after day, night after night, the boy stayed beside the little bird. Sometimes the bird stopped moving completely, and the boy became terrified, thinking he might lose it too. But every single time, the tiny bird fought back. Slowly, its body became stronger. Tiny, soft feathers started growing on its body. And one beautiful morning, the bird finally opened its eyes fully for the first time. The boy smiled with happiness. From that day onward, whenever the bird saw him, it chirped happily. A beautiful bond had formed between them, a bond of trust, care, and kindness. Weeks later, the little bird was finally strong enough to fly. One peaceful morning, the boy carried it outside, toward the same tree where everything had changed forever. The bird sat quietly on his hand for a moment. The wind moved softly through its feathers. Then suddenly, it flapped its wings and flew into the sky, higher and higher, free at last. The boy watched silently with tears in his eyes, smiling, yet emotional inside, because sometimes saving even one small life can mean the whole world to that soul. And maybe humanity is not about being powerful. It is about being kind when someone is helpless.